say he's a technical wizard. Some say he was born in Cornwall, while some say he's on a journey. It's The Journey, and here's your host, David Hackett.
Hi everyone, today's journey features a holistic medical expert in Scalar Energy Research, and he's a humanity based in Florida. Scalar Energy is a fundamental life force found everywhere in the world, space and universe. It originates from the sun and stars. Chai, prana, mana, life force, pyramid energy, or 0-point energy are synonymous terms for Scalar Energy. Our guest theorized that all energy in the universe is a Scalar Energy, and we're going to talk about his journey today. So welcome to the journey, Tom.
Thank you so kindly. Pleasure.
No, it's okay. Now, everyone has a journey. We see that you're in your laboratory talking about things today, but where was your earliest memories that got your journey started?
When I was a youngster, I started to study Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was a great scientist, and I knew that Tesla had incredible inventions, and I wanted to reinvent his work. This is a scalar energy instrument. It's not electricity. So I decided at a young age that I would follow in the footsteps of Nikola Tesla. And that's what I'm doing today.
Okay, so we're going to see probably a bit about your work and talk about what you have on offer, but tell us a bit more about your earliest memories. Now, you said about Nikola Tesla, a unique inventor in his own right mind, but just talk about how it was for you.
Well, after reading about Nikola Tesla, I decided I would pursue this course throughout college and eventually into independent research. And over the years, I've developed engineered scalar energy instruments. Now, the key to my work is I'm not working with electricity. This is not electromagnetic energy. It's a different energy spectrum. So what I could read from the notes of Nikola Tesla and adduce from his theories, at least, what he was working with, he called it radiant energy. I've now been able to capture a scalar wave. It's not an electrical current. It's an all present scalar wave, meaning what? This energy pervades the universe. It is all present. And as such, I'm tapping into the life force or the energy field of the universe. There's a big difference. If electricity has to travel through a force field guided by a wire, I don't work with wires. I work with the energy that is omnipresent of the universe. So what began with Tesla in theory as a youngster, and now in practice, I've developed scalar energy instruments that can access that dimension.
That is amazing because, people talk about different energies have different meanings. Now, obviously, scalar energy different than most because it's not the most common one that you hear of. So you talking about it today helps raise awareness of it. Also, it gives people the understanding that people might say, what is it? What does it do? Explain.
Yes.
So it's a
Yes.
unique perspective.
It is unique. My work is unique. Now, what's the point of this? Scalar energy allows me to have dominion, control over nature, and I mean that quite literally. These instruments allow me to control, if you will, the rebalance of brain waves or chakras. Let me demonstrate. This instrument is functioning right now. It's so strong, there's a lot of scalar energy that's coming from that tower, from that Tesla coil. I'm pointing to it. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how strong this radiant energy is. I'm holding in my hand light bulbs. They're not plugged in. They're in a factory packaging. There's so much energy coming off the instrument will illuminate these light bulbs. And it's the free energy that I experience. Energy so powerful that it can illuminate a light bulb in my hand. Now, what is this all about? Energy is informational. Energy can power that energy that I just demonstrated from my instrument can power these light bulbs, can illuminate those light bulbs. So this is what Tesla envisioned. This is what I envision. This free energy device that can send energy anywhere in the world or tap into that, if you will, force field anywhere in the world, represents a new way of looking at energy generation and energy distribution. So it's my contention that this is the beginning prototype of free energy for mankind. Energy from the sun and the stars that pre-exist, hence the infrastructure pre-exists, it's the ether, and hence we have now established a prototype of new energy resources, scalar energy, a new science that will allow us to overcome our energy difficulties.
And that is the biggest issue in today's society, that energy is so difficult to, because it's not as forthcoming. This is a forthcoming energy. So it's not, in your, for example, you use electric, you have to source, but at the same time, if there's no, a bad storm, you can't do electric because of the storm, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. So why do I like working with this type of energy? You do not have to generate the energy. I have so much energy coming from this instrument. I could send this energy to the outer reaches of the solar system in an instant. So this is the free energy that's interconnected with everything. So it's free energy from the sun and the stars, and the infrastructure pre-exists. You don't have to build an expensive infrastructure. This will solve our energy problems. Free energy with a free infrastructure.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well, but about cost, because you see how much it costs to set up a big, for example, electric circuit board which covers a neighborhood. They're not exactly cheap, and they're big, cumbersome. Now, with what you just showed us behind you for the benefit of for recording when it's recorded and people can only hear, it's a tower, but it's a smaller scale compared to what you see for the electric circuit board.
You're right. Thank you. This small instrument, eventually I want to amplify its signal. That small instrument someday will be able to power a city, an entire city, at pennies on the dollar. So an application, it's safe, much safer than electromagnetic energy or hydrogen or oil or coal. No pollution, free energy, and in operation, it's pennies on the dollar. It's a fraction of the cost of energy distribution.
Yeah. So talking about how it is now, because obviously we started talking about how it was from the beginning, but how's it progressed? How have you seen it develop? Has it developed in the way you want? Have you had to change things over the years?
I always have to perfect my work. It's an ongoing task. You never know it all. So this instrument needs to be perfected. There's something I have to add to this instrument to amplify its signal. Let's call my signal now 1x. This is a matter of discussion, 1x. If I learn how to amplify that signal, it could be a million x, a billion x. And if I could do that, then I can solve the energy crisis. Now, the key is to start with scalar energy. I have that, but I only have it in a limited capacity. Once I learn how to multiply my 1x, I'll be able to solve the energy crisis.
Yeah. And it's about approaching the right people to say, look, this is the way. And obviously it's about attracting the people to help you push that forward.
Yes, you're right. And thank you so much for this opportunity. The way I get my information out there is by radio shows, podcasts. I work alone. I do not attach myself to any organization. So with that in mind, I have to rely upon people like you. Thank you so much, David, for what you're doing.
No worries. So you put in the description, which I have to make sure I remember, and also I've got the links anyway for a later time, but talk about your links that we want, for the listeners, viewers to be aware of.
Yeah. Right now, I am working in, I've concentrated and focused on quantum health. Now, let me be very clear. This instrument doesn't work with people, it works with photographs. I'm going to hold my photograph up.
And for the
My,
people who are listening in, he's holding a photo of himself.
a photograph of a person has their quantum field or their scalar energy signature. A person can bilocate to my laboratory. I never work with people or animals. There's no in-person session. People send me their photograph. And much like we're having a discussion now through our computers, I see your image and I hear your voice through my computer. Well, obviously, you're not in my computer, David. Now, by way of analogy, if I place a person's photograph in the instrument, a person's image is in the instrument, not the person. And now I've placed, for the sake of your audience that cannot see us, I've placed my photograph inside a scalar energy instrument. And that instrument is sending abundant scalar energy into my force field, tremendous energy into my force field, not electricity. Now, that abundant scalar energy balances the brain waves in the 7 chakras, the meridians. All of my work follows the laws of science, everything. All of my work is in lockstep with light, with energy, which is flawless. Energy is fundamental. When I work with photographs of people, there's no human reasoning. I simply take a photograph of a person, which is their light source, and I place it inside the instrument. So my work is unique and my work is flawless because there's no human reasoning. There's no human input with what I'm doing.
And talking about people talking about your work, have you had any people disdain you from working with it? Have they told you it's not good, or that you had mainly support?
No, most people are very welcoming. Most people support this. Why? I follow the laws of science. The laws of science are immutable. And the laws of science, when you follow them, will produce favorable consequences. Many people who've submitted their photograph to me tell me that their brain waves have been recalibrated or they're calmer. Or some people have even gone as far as to say depression has been lifted. They're no longer depressed.
That is good because obviously mental health is a key issue in today's society. So if it helps raise the depression, that's a positive as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. There's so many things that we can learn from this new and emerging science. Again, I'm one of the pioneers. Very few people are working with a scalar energy instrument like that. These instruments are custom built. So nobody's been able to duplicate my results. I'm going to
And
mention another result I have. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and also that's the thing, what your creation is unique to you, and that's what it will remain unless you, patent it and say this is mine, but it's still yours from the beginning.
This is from the ground floor up, custom built instruments. The instrument is unique. My technique is unique. So I want the world now to take note of what I'm doing. So this is going to take a few more years for people to pay attention. After people grasp this, then we can move on to the next state of implementing this technology around the world. But right now, we're still at the educational, foundational level.
And I like that because the education is where we talk about the links that you shared about 15 sessions and helping people because you offer, and like I said, I'll make sure I add it in the bio afterwards, but you're offering people an opportunity to be part of it.
Yes, thank you. So, in order for me to prove my work, I have to have people experience this. Now, again, this has never been done before. So, on my website, I offer 15 days of free sessions. People will email me their photograph. Email me their photographs. It's the only way I work, by way of photographs. And when you email me your photograph, I'll work with your photograph, your force field, for 15 days. We'll provide quantum healing on your force field, which is non-physical, for 15 days. And most people take me up on the offer because they want to experience this new science.
Yeah. And like I said, I'll make sure, can you just, even if I put it in the bio afterwards, can you just tell us how they can get in contact with us?
Yeah, the website is scalarlight.com. SCALAR light, LIGHT, scalarlight.com. We always have this offer, 15 days of free session for anybody in the world. Please try it. There's no obligation. All you have to do is send your photograph. It's a informational process. This doesn't involve any physical reality. It's non-physical. And the greater majority of people say that they feel better. And we allow people to provide their testimony. But as a new science, it's hard to really gauge how people are going to feel. This has never been done before. So I have to rely upon my audience and their past results.
Yeah. And that is a thing that helps as well, because you got to see how they are where they first knew you to where they were 15 days later. So it says, I can see the 2 week period is a test in time because every day is different for one reason or the other.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to demonstrate one other function of this instrument. I hold in my hand, remember, I work with photographs only. I hold in my hand a magnified photograph of a bacterium, Staphylococcus aureus.
Mm.
When I place a photograph of a bacterium inside the instrument, the bacteria communicates with my force field. Now remember, I only work with force fields. The bacterium Staphylococcus aureus communicates with my energy field. And in so doing, I can download into my quantum plane the energy of Staphylococcus aureus. It's non-physical communication. That download of energy looks for that bacterium in me in my quantum body and breaks it apart, or reduces Staphylococcus aureus to a state of chaos. This instrument will bring a microbe to a state of chaos. We negate its intelligence. What once was an organism that had intelligence, we, if you will, reduce that organism into a state of chaos. The organism breaks apart.
And you don't have that bacteria per se. I like that because it's just, you, like I said, I keep saying it because it is unique. It is a unique approach and it's a good approach. And it's better than taking medication because normally for that sort of bacteria, you take medication and gets rid of it that way. But it doesn't completely get rid of it because, bacteria always lingers.
Yeah, yeah. So what do I like about this? There's no chemicals involved. This is non-physical. People do not have to come to my laboratory. I work with their force field. A person bilocates to my laboratory by way of a photograph.
Yeah.
Anybody's photograph serves as their bilocated quantum copy or their quantum signature. So this is the new science in which we don't work with people, we work with force fields.
And I like that. So talking about the future, because obviously we have to get into the future. Do you see the future? And I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but say in the next 2, 3 years, do you think it's going to take off really well, or is it going to be longer than that?
Oh, it should start gaining traction within the next 2 to 3 years. Kind people like you, David, who provide me an audience so that I can present my work to a diverse, a diversified group of people. That's what it takes. The ball is rolling.
Yes, so that's good. And I do like that because, like I always say to my guests, every journey in life is unique. And this one is more unique than any other guest because, yes, you talk about you talk about your passion. And that's what the key is to this. Your passion is driving you forward in what you want to achieve. And I learned that myself in school. But obviously, the fact is, you're learning it still yourself and you're doing something that is good.
Yes, you're right. This is a benefit for mankind. My work will live on. I want to introduce this technique to mankind. I see great benefit in this technique. And all I need is a grassroots movement, some people who are concerned, who want to help mankind to join me. And that has already been established. So really, it's a fait accompli.
Yeah. So, because obviously I said about half an hour, so this is approaching half an hour. Last bit of all, what would you say to people listening, stroke watching, to help them move forward in the positive hope for themselves in their journey?
Yeah, I would strongly encourage people, whatever obstacles you have, look past them. Don't concentrate on the obstacle, concentrate on the goal. I have many obstacles in life, but I just keep going. And every day I make a productive day. I think this is the key. Don't get stuck. Don't stop. Make every day a productive day. After 365 days out of a year, you'll be very productive. The cumulative effect will be quite tangible.
Tom, thank you for sharing your experiment and how scalar energy works. And I hope people and see when they see the description, click on and get in contact and say, I want to be part of it because it's amazing. I think, like I said, it's unique, and I hope it is a success for you.
Yeah, thank you so much, David. We're going to change the world. This technology will change the course of history.
Thank you.
That was The Journey, hosted by Wise Words Imaging, hosted by David Hackett. Be sure to like, subscribe and listen to another journey coming soon.